Now we're under contract and the contingencies are being worked through. Now we're cooking. That's exciting, isn't it? Well, don't get too excited yet. We have to get through the contingency time frames. The buyer will now secure their loan, have their inspections on the property, and further review the reports and disclosures. This typically takes anywhere from 1 to 20 days, depending on what was initially agreed upon in our contract. In some cases, when you're dealing with a very desirable home that had multiple offers on it, we can negotiate that there will be no contingencies. However, this isn't quite as common as we would like. During the contingency timeframes, the buyer can back out of the transaction if they are not happy with what they discovered on any of the disclosures or the inspections that they are done. Then, after reviewing the reports and having inspections, this is typically when the buyer would be asking for repairs or credits for things that they found on the inspections. The buyer also has the option to back out of the transaction if they request or make multiple requests for things that we cannot become and have a mutual agreement upon between the buyer and seller. Also, if for some reason the buyer is not able to qualify for the loan, or if the home does not appraise, we cannot collaborate towards a mutually agreed upon price. Regarding the appraisal, either the buyer or the seller can back out as well. You need to understand that if a home does not appraise for the contracted agreed upon price, that the lender will only loan on the appraised value. And obviously, they take into consideration what the buyer is qualified for, so any additional money required would be considered an appraisal gap and would need to come from the buyer and the seller in a new agreed upon price. Again, unless you're countering and removing all of the contingencies that are not made part of the original contract or offer, the buyer has the right to back out of the home and the seller cannot retain the deposit. This is why it's essential to hire an agent like me who knows how to correctly vet the buyers and their offer to ask for the right questions and to get the right conversations going with the buyer's agent and the lender. The buyer's deposit is only at risk if they have officially removed all their contingencies. So I always advise my clients to not start packing their bags until all the contingencies have been removed. Also, be sure to get contingencies removed as soon as possible and stay within those contractual timelines as much as you can. Once contingencies are removed, well, now we have a little more relief and we have more assurance that this transaction is going to actually go through. You should be moving soon. Feel free to personally reach out to me or anyone on my team, and we can get some information and more details about you and find out what your needs are so that we can properly serve and advise you. And as always, we are here to serve you and make it a great day. John Herman, Property Up.